Welcome back, everyone, to Daily DVR. We are live on the YouTubes. Come subscribe, DVR Podcast Network. Find it in the show notes. Check us out at dvrpodcast.com. Become a patron at patreon.com/DVR. And of course, go out and watch the Star City Murders, baby. Amazon, Tubi, wherever you can find it, watch it, review it, share it with your friends. Buy the DVD on Amazon. Buy the Blu-ray.
I'm doing mining. Hello, Axel. Yes, buy the Blu-ray, but monitor it because usually there's sales. But
Okay, good. Well, Solo's here with me. It's Thursday, and we're chit-chatting. We're talking Severance, Yellowjackets, Moonlighting, Parks and
Chuck,
Rec, Chuck. We got a whole list. We're just talking TV, having fun today. If you did not know that we were going to be live on YouTube, that's because you're not subscribed. So this, I didn't tell anyone, even on the Patreon, even on the Facebook, because we want you to subscribe. So go subscribe on the YouTube. This way you can see our beautiful faces and
my
what we look
shaven
like.
face,
Yeah. Oh,
my
yeah.
hair
Yeah.
hairdresser, my barber, whatever, just said
Yeah. Your
you want to
team.
shave? I'm like, let's do it. Why not?
Yeah. I only shave, you know me, Solo. I shave like twice a year. My wife goes into mourning when I shave, because that's why I keep the beard. It's funny. I before I met you, the girl I was with for like 5 or 6 years before my wife, she hated when I had a beard. So I was like always clean shaven.
Oh,
You'd never have seen me with a beard. I think I look better with a beard. Anyway, what's up with you? How is the post office?
freaking terrible, man. I have to go to the post office a lot. And it doesn't matter if there's two people ahead of me, 10 people ahead of me. People are stupid and they don't know. They come unprepared to the post office
Yeah.
and it's like they've come for the first time. I don't get it. I don't get it. It was today was it was two people, they were about 10 minutes. And the lady ahead of me she was there probably longer. I mean, just like pre-label, but they didn't get the pounds right. So the guy had to call his mom, and she's like, "What?" And she's on speakerphone, so we're all hearing this conversation.
Love it.
So she's like, "What? It should be 14 pounds." No, mom, they're saying it's 16.3. What? Well, and then back and forth, and all of a sudden, just bring it home, I'll redo it. And I'm like, oh,
Oh boy.
uh,
I hate when people talk. Whenever anyone talks on speakerphone in public or they play music or anything on speakerphone in public, you're kind of like, that's just crass. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. We all have like earphones and whatnot,
yeah. I mean, come on,
AirPods. Come on.
have some respect.
Exactly. I got my own thoughts here. I don't need to be hearing about you and your fucking mom and how much something weight. Like you should have figured that out on your time.
You should have figured that out and
Why are
not
you
waste our freaking
involving
time.
me in your fucking life? That's what I'm trying to say. I don't want to be involved in your life. Except I want to be involved in your life,
Well, I
Solo.
want to be involved in yours. If it was you at the post office, I would laugh, give
We'd
goose
have
your
fun.
behind or whatever.
We
But these people,
goose my
they come,
behind.
it's like they get severed, Axel. They walk
Yeah,
into the post office and they become idiots, little
yeah,
kids,
yeah.
and all ages. I mean, I've never once went there smooth. Oh no, one time. There's a few times I went when it was smooth, when I was the only one there, and
Wow.
everything goes fine.
Yeah. That's funny because as last time I went to the post office, Lachlan and I were walking in, and I was telling him about all the problems you have at the post office. And I think I mentioned this on another pod. And then some dude starts causing a problem at the post office and was like, "What size is this?" And like,
Yeah.
just like
Oh,
what you were saying. So, and then of course I went up and I probably caused a problem too, but I
uh,
didn't notice that part. What are we talking about? Are we talking about Severance? What
yeah.
did you
Let's
want to
go
talk about?
Severance. Because as you know, I just transitioned. I was like, people get severed at the post office, and that's what I was trying to get you to go there.
I know, I know. It took me a little while, but I got
It's
there.
okay. You're severed now. Is that you, sir?
This is my severed face.
Severed, right?
I want to sing the Moonlighting song, no, because you said we were going to talk about
All right.
Moonlighting.
That was
So
a Severance tease.
it's a Severance tease, but
We're gonna go.
because is that not the greatest theme song ever, Moonlighting?
Not ever, but I love it.
It's one of the best.
Yeah, yeah. If you want to go lyrical, it could be one of the best because you got the
Yeah.
Night Riders, the Hawaii Five O's, and all
hmm
that, but that's no
Hill Street
lyrics.
Blues.
Hill
Hill
Street
Street
Blues is
Blues
up
for
there for me.
me and Taxi. Hill
Oh,
Street Blues and
Taxi's
Taxi
great.
because it's got the New York jazz 70s, you know? Do 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 do
I like
do
Chips
do
too.
do.
I do like Chips.
Oh, dude, Chips is awesome.
But Knight
Yeah.
Rider and Miami Vice might be the two best instrumental ones next to Hill Street Blues, of course. I love Hill Street Blues.
Knight Rider is propulsive, man.
Boom, boom. But
And then it
Moonlighting,
just
yeah,
picks up.
yeah. And then Moonlighting's oh, sundown by
Some
light
walk by
by day. Oh,
night,
is that what it is? That's
some fly by day, moonlighting strangers who just
um,
met on the
on the way.
way.
I've
I
been
got it,
singing it
baby.
wrong my whole life.
Who just met on the way.
I've been singing sundown by light, sundown by day. That's
Okay,
what I,
really? It's we'll walk by night, we'll fly by day,
oh, that makes more
moonlighting
sense.
strangers who just met on the way. Now it starts. Don't you change, some walk by night, some fly by day. Nothing could change you, set and sure of the way.
Set and
Charming
sure of
of
the
the way, right?
way. Yeah.
Charming and bright, laughing and
Charming and
gay.
bright, laughing and
Yes, I'm
gay.
just a stranger. Love the blues and the Braves?
Did
What
they, are
is
they Brett? Did Brett write this song? The Braves fans, Atlanta Braves.
Wait a second, right? Like, wait, that's the St. Louis Blues and the Atlanta Braves? But Moonlighting's set in Los Angeles, isn't it? Or is it set in
Yeah.
Chicago?
No, L.A.
LA, yeah. There is the sun and the moon. They sing their own sweet tune. Watch them when dawn is due, sharing one space. That's kind of beautiful. I like that.
Speaking of beautiful, Axel. So I watched. We finished Chuck.
Okay.
Finally, it took us a few years. It was kind of one of those during the week shows. Hey, let's watch something fun. We binged early on, but enjoyed Chuck. Uh, the ending was good. It was interesting. I really enjoyed the characters and just a big. I'm glad we finished Chuck. So we went to what's our next? Throw it in, kind of.
Yeah.
So moonlighting. We decided to go moonlighting. So we watched the pilot on Tubi, and then I looked in my app and realized I owned the first two seasons on DVD. So I'm like, oh, because the DVDs are hard to find. You can get them. They're expensive because they're out of print.
hmm
But then randomly, I discovered it was on Amazon, all five seasons. So we decided to go watch it on Amazon. So it's on Amazon if you have Prime for free. But I this is what I remember from Moonlighting. I remember Bruce Willis being awesome, and I was a big fan. And when he did the Seagram's commercials and did Blind Date and Die Hard, I was like all in on Bruce Willis. I, for some reason, I know they did one episode, but I thought the first season was like in black and white. I could have sworn I
Moonlighting?
misremembered. I misremember they did one
They
episode
did
in
one
black and white.
episode. Yeah.
I, for some reason, thought the whole first season was black and white. I don't know why.
Well, remember he did have that whole thing going of like he was kind of a throwback. Remember his album that Bruce Willis
Oh,
did?
Return of
The Return
Bruno.
of Bruno.
Respect yourself.
How do
La,
we still
la,
know
da,
the name
da.
of that, dude? Come on.
Respect
That's
yourself.
fucking
Hey, hey,
crazy.
hey, hey.
Oh
He
my
did a
God.
concert. He did a concert. It was on
Oh
like HBO or
Jesus.
something.
Dude, imagine if Jeremy Renner and Bruce Willis could have done a show together at some point. That would have been Jared Leto, who for some younger people is actually a musician. Like that's how they know him.
Really?
Like, yeah, that 30 Seconds to Mars is,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
they're internationally, they are huge. I
Get
don't know about
Keanu's Dog
America.
Star. Dog
Yeah.
Star.
Oh my God. Could you imagine paying money to go see Keanu Reeves play bass? Seriously. I mean, I
No,
guess it's
no.
fun,
I
but
would
what are
go.
you gonna do?
I would go.
I would probably, no, I wouldn't. I don't go to concerts. You know me. It's too much
Yeah,
noise.
I would go.
But
But
Moonlighting, what a
yes,
show.
I forgot, like, I have memories of when Mark Harmon came on and he beat
Yeah,
up Bruce Willis, David Addison. I don't remember a lot of it. I remember Booger from Revenge of the Nerds ends up coming on the show, and Mr. Pesto
yep.
or whatever. I can
Agnes de
Mr.
Pesto.
De Pesto, yeah.
Yep.
I said, "Oh, there's Mr. Pesto" or whatever. My wife's like, "De Pest what?" She
Yeah,
didn't know the character name yet.
that was classic.
But Bruce Willis, I forgot how amazing he was as the wisecrack. He's going. He's Aaron Sorkin it, like
He
firing.
is,
And
man.
Maddie Hayes, played by Sybil Shepherd. I forgot how great how their chemistry right away. And the
Yeah.
pilot episode's really good. Then the next couple episodes, they're good. The cases are okay. They're 1985 cheese, but it's expected early on. But the pilot, I mean, they have this whole scene on, they climb a building and is trying to get these diamonds from a clock hand. And then he stretches the ladder out, and the bad guy's coming after Bruce Willis on the ladder. I mean, it was
I gotta
like,
watch some of these, man.
dude, it was crazy. I was like, oh my God.
That's good stuff. I remember I loved Moonlighting back in the day, and
Yeah.
Bruce Willis, my wife was just rewatching some of the Die Hard sequels, and I would just walk in the room and there would be Bruce Willis, and we'd just stop and be like, God, he was so good, man.
Yeah.
Like he was so good. And he really, and I can remember thinking at the time too, because this was during the quote unquote dark years of Star Wars, right? There was nothing coming out. Everybody was like, oh my God, he would make a great Han Solo type character. Like if he was in a Star, I remember thinking that when I was,
Right.
cause I was such a sci-fi nut. I was like, Bruce Willis would be awesome as like a Han Solo type. But yeah, I mean, man, he was even the Die Hard movies. It's kind of sad because today I actually feel like with the big budgets they would have made better Die Hard movies. They would have followed it up, and by like the third Die Hard he would have been like a CIA international assassin or something. You know what I'm saying? Like they would have upped the game of him,
Yeah.
right? Like, oh, you did so good at Nakatomi Plaza, the FBI is here to talk to you, we have a case for you. And then it would have gotten bigger, and they could have done huge set pieces, and like it could have been almost like Jason Bourne Die Hard, like that's, but
Yeah,
instead they're
because
kind of like
he's
quirky.
still the down and out John
Yeah,
McClane kind of. But I will say this: love the first Die Hard, top
the
100
best.
film of all time. I haven't seen Die Hard 2 in a while, but I remember liking it. It was different. It was, but
Yeah,
it's got isn't Dennis Franz in it? Like,
it's got a cast.
yeah,
Wait, the Samuel L. Jackson one I think is
that's
the
three.
third one. Yeah,
That's Die Hard with a Vengeance,
yeah,
which I saw in the theaters a bunch
me
of times
too.
that summer. I like that one. I like Live Free or Die Hard with Timothy Oliphant, Maggie Q, Kevin Smith makes a
Yeah,
game. I really like
they
that one.
they're okay. I mean,
The ones after that aren't good. I
yeah, there was just,
think there's one
I
or
don't
two
know.
after.
I got thrown back too because I was thinking like, wasn't he in a way kind of aping Mel Gibson in the Lethal Weapon movies after the first Die Hard, right? Like it was like, because like you said, he was still kind of always like down on his luck, the normal Joe. I don't want to be dragged into this. Like he just kind of, it was like the reluctant hero. And
Yeah.
I think if he had
Well, that's the
accepted it,
basis.
it would have
Yeah.
been great. I don't know.
I
I
guess,
love action movies, man. They don't make good enough ones anymore.
well, I think, I mean, as you know, Die Hard changed the whole action hero because it was Arnie and it was Van Damme was coming along,
Yeah,
Seagal, a couple,
yep,
but like he was the average Joe who it
yep,
worked. And I would love to hear the tapes of casting him because I know it was a risk.
yeah.
And I know they wanted other people and stuff. I got to read up on that because that to me, because if he doesn't do Die Hard, does he become as big of a star? Probably not.
Good
Probably a
question.
star, but I don't think if he doesn't get Die Hard, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good question, man.
Yeah.
It's definitely a good question. And he, if you think about it, all these movies that come out, like you're saying, like where the average guy, like I saw today, they're making Bob Odenkirk is doing Nobody 2.
Oh boy.
And I'm like, really, Bob Odenkirk? I know maybe it's fun for you. You had a heart attack. You want to do an action movie. You make a lot of money off it. But it's like, you're such a great actor.
I kind of
But,
dug Nobody. Like
it
I
was
thought it was good, but I don't
okay.
want. I don't need a sequel. But it
I just
seems
felt like
to.
I'd seen it before.
Well,
You
this is
know,
the
like,
thing, Axel. When Liam Neeson did Taken, that spawned
yeah, taken.
women and female, like middle age, um, leads doing these shoot 'em up films. Sean Penn did one, Pierce Brosnan did one, Jennifer
Yep,
Gardner
yep.
did Peppermint. It seems, Nobody. I'm sure I'm missing a bunch, but it seemed to be like the renaissance of our middle-aged
Yep.
stars doing these movies, and actually, some were good and some were okay. Um, so but Liam
Well, it's like
Neeson
anything,
just
right,
went off on.
Solo? Any genre could
Hmm.
spawn a great movie, right? Like even if it's like a played out thing, it could end
Hmm.
up that one's great. You know, like actually I thought Peppermint was pretty good. I remember watching it with Perry thinking, "Hey, this isn't,
Yeah,
but
I liked Peppermint.
you know what it is. You're right. You're right. Things come and go, and as actors, you want to work and you can have fun and it doesn't take your whole life away. You're acting in it. You can be
Yeah,
doing other projects, other things. So, yeah, that's true. But Bruce Willis, man, moonlighting. I
really.
remember moonlighting for me
Oh, okay.
as a kid. I loved it. First of all, I was in love with Sybil Shepherd. I mean, she's gorgeous. She's amazing. Then I wanted to go watch The Last Picture Show.
I just looked it up while I was watching
And,
Moonlight. I'm like, I've never seen The Last Picture Show, or
oh,
I've seen clips. I might have
what a
seen it. I
movie.
don't remember it. I don't remember
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
Bogdanovich, man. Um, but it was never as good as its promise, right? Like the scripts were never that great. The acting was great. There was some interesting shooting. They always used that diffused kind of lens and diffusion over the lights for her. Like whenever they
Right.
go to her close
Yeah.
up, she's
It's like Matty Hayes.
yeah, it's like diffuse, and then they go to Bruce Willis, and it's like VHS. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to show how real he looks. It was so opposite, and famously, they didn't get along well.
Oh, they didn't.
And later on, it was going to be canceled, and then it wasn't, and then he was trying to get out of the show so he could do movies.
Right.
It was similar to the Pierce Brosnan Remington Steele thing, where he wanted to go do James Bond. Like the same kind of shit was
Yeah.
happening to him, where he was graduating to being a movie star, but the TV wanted to keep him,
Yeah.
But it was glad he got
Yeah, it
to be
was
a
a
movie
little,
star.
it seemed to be a little more because I think because of the way it was structured with the seasons. Premiere in September, a finale in May, 3 months off, or you start shooting in July again, you get like 2 months off to get ones in the can. That's how network TV ran for so long. There was no cable and
Yeah.
shows. So it was a
Yep.
lot harder. You signed usually you got a pilot, picked up 5-year contract. It was the standard, and you couldn't like escape to go do a movie unless it could be shot in the summer
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
so a lot of and then
What
of
did they
course with
used to call that solo where they used to give them a pass? There was a technical term you used to hear it in Hollywood, like, oh, he has a waiver to I think that's what it was, like his contract has a waiver for him to do another project, or
oh,
it
okay,
leaves them because sometimes they wouldn't, right? Because they might want to shoot earlier or
or
later or
reshoots or things get
pickups.
postponed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I remember Michael J. Fox schedule doing Back to the Future and Family
There you
Ties. That
go.
that was
Yep.
one I remember. And then of course, but it was shot on Warner, both on Warner Brothers. But when Clooney was in with ER and was doing Batman and Robin,
Hmm.
he would do like double shoot days, but it was all on the Warner Brothers lot for the most part. So
Jeez,
like he
man.
was always in the hospital and when he was shooting Batman. So it's interesting some of the ones that they were allowed to do through the years, but some, but
Yeah,
I think Bruce
yeah.
Willis just wanted out. He didn't want to still do the show.
Yeah, there was issues with it. But what a great show. Definitely worth watching a couple episodes, getting into it. It's something you could have on too. You know what I mean? Like in the background, you're doing shit.
Yeah.
You got the little moonlighting, little somewhat by
By the
night,
light,
some fly
some
by
by day.
day.
What are we, or whatever from All in the Family? Those
Moonlighting
were the days.
strangers
Al Jarreau.
who just met.
On the way.
Beautiful solo. See? Singing together, me and you.
Me and you
So,
together again. So,
Severance, what did you want to add
all
to
right.
Severance?
So it's been a few weeks, or I don't even know. It feels like it's been 3 months.
Been about a
Uh,
week. Been about a
is
week.
that all? Is that all?
Been
About
about
a
a week.
week?
Yeah.
It'll be two. It's 2 weeks from today, right?
Oh, no, I think it
Or
was a week, wasn't it? No, maybe not. I don't know. I think it
was it
was a
last week?
week.
Well, whenever it ended. we, I
Oh,
don't
no, maybe it
even
has been. Yeah, because I
know because
talked to
I'm
Julian on Friday and it was
last
over
Thursday was
already. Yes.
baseball
Yep. Yep.
opening
Yep. 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 Yep.
day.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
I've just, I listened to the podcast I listened to. Um, I listened to the Prestige on the Ringer,
Yeah.
like Joanne Ramahoney and Ball and Move, Bubba and Catfish, and
Yeah.
that's about it. I
Okay.
don't. I
Okay.
tried some other pods, but they didn't work for me.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
but no, they weren't bad. I just had enough. Yeah, I'm just trying to look at it as a whole. I really enjoyed it, as we've talked about. Um, and I enjoyed the season. I enjoyed the stay-at-home episodes, or with Miss Grace, Miss Casey, and then the one with Cobell. Um, I guess I've heard like mixed emotions. You're always gonna get mixed emotions with a big show of whether you like the finale or you didn't. I mean, we talked about what we had trouble with and all that, and I just really want, thinking about it, I don't know when we're gonna see Irving again. If
Yeah.
we don't see Irving again, are we gonna see Bert? It felt like a goodbye, but I could see him coming back for like maybe an episode of what he's been doing, like kind of like Michael with Lost, where we got that episode where we saw him off the island and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I still want to know who he was calling. Um, I mean, because I think he was calling us, but I didn't pick up
I think it was
because
Mrs.
unknown.
Whitmore.
This is Whitmore,
Yeah, maybe.
maybe. That gulp of scotch is more than you'll make in a month. Or
Oh, who Irving was calling. I thought you meant who Michael was calling on Lost.
oh no. Did he make a call? I don't even remember.
I think he did, didn't
Yeah, he
he? In one of
probably
the
did.
episodes, he was like on the phone and everyone was like, who is he talking to?
Probably.
Yeah, the Irving, I think I talked a little bit about this with Julian, and I didn't feel like it was a goodbye. I felt like it was a going to somewhere new that we're gonna see. That's how I kind of felt about it. I definitely think we're gonna see maybe not only Irving the Audi, but maybe Irving the innie too, because he's still in there. Just because he was shut off by Lumen doesn't mean that that chip was destroyed or removed or anything.
Right,
It's still in
right.
his head. So they don't know how to do that, right? They don't know how to do reintegration. They're still learning. So
Yeah.
I think we're going to see him again, Solo,
I hope so.
and the dog.
There's too many open-ended things with
Yeah,
Irving. Like, how did he bleed
totally.
over? Did he stay up all night?
Why was he doing all that research? Why did he have it
Yeah.
in his trunk? Why
Yeah,
were
I
there
want
all
to
these
know.
notes made on it? Like, of course, we've got
Yeah.
it. There's so much more to know. Who was he calling? There's maybe, see, we talked about it in one of the first episodes we did because we were so much more talking about generalized theories than each episode that was happening. And remember, we said there's Dr. Ragabi, there's Cobell, right?
Yep.
There's Lumen, but then there's also this anti-Lumen force we saw in season one, like the kids handing out the flyers and stuff.
Yeah.
And we thought maybe Irving was a part of that. Maybe that's who he's calling. Maybe it has nothing. It's like a whole, it's like the
Yeah.
others, a whole nother group that we don't know about yet that's maybe waiting to even help Mark. And maybe Irving is going to go get the word out. He's not going away. He's going to bring back help.
I like that. because there's a whole anti-lumen, anti that they haven't tapped into. We've been so focused, of course, on our foursome that they can really open the world up. And then where is Irving going? I'd like to see where he's going to go. Like, I'd like to explore a little more out of Kier and
Yeah,
stuff.
me too. The whole
Um,
United States, I'd like to. Wouldn't it be cool if he goes to another state and they're like, "Oh my God, you're from there? What's that like?" You know what I mean? Like,
I could see him at a diner,
yeah,
just having a cup of
hanging out,
coffee
hanging
and
out.
then people and then get into a conversation.
2 eggs, hash browns, coffee black, right? Maybe
Key lime pie.
that's what I was thinking about, a pastry or something
I
too,
was
but I
thinking
don't know.
I just loved the way Oliver Stone shot the key lime pie in Natural Born Killers. It was
Oh
so
God.
green. So
Yeah.
whenever I got key lime pie and it wasn't green like that, I was like, "What? This isn't real."
Yeah, man. Gosh. Hey, you know what is real? And I'm
What?
so glad. This is why these pods are the best, people. Can you fucking believe it, Solo? It is a true story. Brad Pitt in the sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, written by Quentin Tarantino, directed by David Fincher. This is
Don't
real.
don't is it real?
It's real,
Is it in
dude.
development? Has it been
They are
what's
doing it. It is
what?
being done. They are doing it. It is not even talks. It's done. They're doing it.
My two
That's the
favorite
word.
directors
Yeah.
is writing and one's directing, and Brad Pitt's one of my favorite actors, and I love
Right.
Cliff Booth Stunt Academy. I got my
Yep.
coffee mug.
Oh, see, that should have reminded me right there.
Cliff Booth.
Yep.
I mean,
Wife killer? We don't know. Maybe we'll find. Could it be a prequel?
oh
Leonardo's not in it, supposedly. There's no mention of Leonardo.
yeah.
If
Would he
it was
make
a
a cameo?
sequel, you'd think Leonardo would be in it,
Ah, we don't know. It could be El Prequel.
right? So, but I mean, come on, dude. You know, and there's no fucking way that they're going to shoot this thing in LA and Tarantino's not going to be on the set. Like he's just going to
Oh,
let
he'll be on the
Fincher
set.
direct it. They're going to do it together.
That's
I'm super
awesome.
excited, man. That's
I
that you
I
know,
want again. I want to see. I want to hear the tapes of them having some wine and whatever, and figuring out like agreeing to
yeah.
do this. Fucking the three of them like
I want to
hanging
watch
out.
it again. I need to watch that movie again because I really thought that that was a fantastic film.
It it, it was yeah. It's way high on my list.
Yeah.
Like
There's so
really
many
high.
memorable scenes. Like
Yep.
when,
I used to get hammered when I drank a lot and usually tequila. And I would just watch that scene at the house when
uh,
they call, I just love that. And the Vanilla Fudge cover, song comes on and it's just like, oh, it's awesome.
oh, Grandpa James says, why was Irv smiling on the train? My plan worked. See? Grandpa is
Or I'm just
dialing
happy to be moving on because I'm tired and I'm
Ah,
done.
could be, could be, could
But I
be
like
taken
Grandpa
taken
James's
back.
bit better.
But
So,
back to Fincher directing, Tarantino writing a sequel, prequel, continuation of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, starring Brad Pitt. What an amazing cast! Like I saw the other day, someone was like, the Manson family was like all these amazing actresses and actors. You know, now
famous, you mean
they
famous? They a lot of them.
now they're
Well,
crazy. It was
a,
like
he casted a lot of like Kevin Smith's daughter and
yes,
what
Margaret
like
and
Quali. Yeah,
no, that's Kevin Smith. That's well, he cast a lot of famous people's
that's what I'm
kids.
saying. That's what I'm saying. A lot of the
Okay, I
Manson
get it. I
family
get it.
were.
That was the point of it, I think,
I think
too.
so. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so too. Except for Mikey Madison, she's not
Right.
any, but she was great in that movie too.
She's
Oh my
great.
God!
And then
But he always cast amazing. It's fucking Tarantino.
see at first I thought Austin Butler was Taylor Kitsch at first. And then I was like, oh no, that's Austin Butler. I don't know who he
Yeah,
is yet. Oh, I still
yeah.
gotta watch Elvis. I didn't watch Elvis.
And remember the dude who was Manson played Manson in that other movie
It
too,
was
right?
it in
Who?
Mindhunter too.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Was it
And was he?
Mindhunter?
He played. He. It was in the interview.
Oh, it's the same guy. Okay,
Yeah.
it was
The
Mindhunter,
Dewey
okay.
Crow from Justified.
Oh man, that was yeah. He Tarantino's the best, man. Yeah, he is the best. I
Hmm.
really I hope that if he does do like a last movie, I would love, love, love for him to do a 3 or 4 season television series.
Wow. Yeah.
That would be great, man. That would be fucking because he's so smart the way he shoots too, that he would be able to do it efficiently. He'd tell a
Oh,
great
he'd be
story. He'd do like whole episodes that are like a monologue or something crazy or like
right.
in a moving car or like, like he's so
That'd be
inventive. He's
awesome.
so in touch with what makes film magical. And he's so in touch with editing too. He just knows
Yeah.
how to manipulate time in a way that each film feels like its own world. And I don't think that's something that he gets a lot of credit for. I mean, obviously, the cinematography and he loves to jump behind the camera and frame shots and everything, which is amazing. But I'm looking forward to that. Any other Severance stuff you got, Solo?
You know, I just want to
Mr.
say,
Irving.
yeah. I mean, I'm settled in. It was a great, like I said, it was a great season. I look forward to like a year from now doing a little rewatch, binge it.
Oh
What do
yeah,
you do? What are you
I'm
doing
thinking of the
there?
song. Do 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 do. The Severance song. Did you see
Oh,
Brett Lauer playing the horn?
wait, who?
It, Helena. She played like a little
Helena.
bugle horn on, I think it was Jimmy Fallon
Oh
or
no, I
one of
didn't.
those. They played the theme song and she
Oh
was
no.
playing along with it. Do 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 do. And then they start rocking out and then they kick in and it's
Oh,
like
that's awesome. I gotta look that
yeah,
up.
yeah. It's on our Facebook page, Daily DVR, TV and Film Facebook group,
See.
or podcast or some shit. I
Yeah,
think
I never
either
know.
Grandpa James or somebody put it on there. Maybe it was Tony. Maybe Tony put it on
Tony
there. I don't
Braxton?
remember. Tony Curtis,
Oh, Tony Curtis back from the
an
dead.
imitable Tony Curtis.
Nice.
Um, so what else you got for me, Big Solo?
Let's go White Lotasi.
Oh, I love it when you call me Big Solo. White Lotus. What's your deal?
So yeah, dude, I just gotta say this. Sam Rockwell. I
That
love
weed
Sam
soda's
Rockwell.
kicking in.
No, I know I'm doing dramatic pause for you because I know you'll start laughing. Um,
So it's like Sam Rockwell. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I love Sam Rockwell, but like his presence in this
Yeah,
just stands out.
yeah.
And but I'm just like the only thing that really bothered me was Rick's plan. They weren't prepared.
No, no. It
Watch one of our
was,
movies. What I mean,
yeah.
it just wasn't. I, that 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 I was like, oh my God. But it does make for like to see Sam Rockwell like try to come up with
It was
stuff and Rick's giving
hilarious.
him and
Yeah.
Walton Goggins giving him nothing. Giving him nothing.
You think about it, Solo, right? Like if you're writing that and you think like why would you write it like that? Because if you're Mike White, you're thinking about it and you're like they don't really have a plan, right? Because anytime as a writer, director,
Right.
whatever, you have the opportunity to do a scam or do a job or right or a hit or something. It's
Hmm.
always fun to have it planned out in the movie, right? The step by step. And that didn't happen at all. They arrive and he puts a hat on and he's like, pretend you saw her shit. And he didn't even know, he doesn't even know anything about her movies, right? Like
What are
he
you,
could have looked on his
prostitute?
phone or
He goes,
something.
you when he played that prostitute or the matter, but it's like what?
It was
Um,
hilarious, but I'm saying it's like it's for a purpose, right? I
no,
think
no,
it's
and
to
that's the
show,
thing.
yeah,
It
they're
made
not
me
good at this.
frustrated as a confidence man myself,
There you
but
go.
it worked
A
because
con, that's what I should say.
that's how it that made it more interesting. Like if they were like Ocean's 11, everything was down pat,
Yeah,
it would have lost some of it. The fact that they built that up, that's what makes it work, especially for this
it was
show.
fun.
That's what would happen in this show. Um, and then he just like doesn't want to hit this old frail man. He just pushes him, and
Well,
I, you know,
frustration. Yeah.
yeah, like it's totally not what we expected, um, but it's kind of real in my eyes.
Me too.
That would happen.
Yep.
Would you have friends that exactly that would have the build up that, oh, I remember I had where I wanted to beat someone up so bad and the build up was more, and then when I got to it, it was just like,
I know.
I don't
I've
want to
done
hurt
that.
this kid, or
Me
I don't
too,
want,
Solo. Oh my God. I can tell you, I remember actually the last physical altercation I got into in my life was with one of my best friends of my whole life, my friend Ludwig, and we just ended up like kind of hugging it out.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying, dude? Because nobody wanted to punch anybody. Nobody wanted to really hurt. It was more like a, and then we just were
yeah,
like laughing afterwards. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's
yeah.
you,
I
you
mean,
just,
it's
and I, did you feel the question I asked
okay.
Andy and Jenny? Did you feel like Rick realized that that was his father at some point? Like maybe subconsciously or consciously, did you feel like he realized, wait, he didn't kill my father, he's my father?
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
See, I
Um,
felt oh gosh, I just hit myself in the face with
you
my
okay?
mic.
You okay
You
there?
see, the YouTube makes me do my look, I'm like Italiano here. See, the Jersey in me comes
Hey.
out. What are you gonna do? Hey, I hit the mic. Anyway, it felt like that to me. I felt like he knew it was his dad
Oh,
on some level.
I'm surprised. If he is, wouldn't that be why didn't Scott Glenn say anything with
He was,
having a
I think he
gun?
was shocked.
Yeah.
He was
Do you think
shocked.
he
This is my
knew?
son. Yeah, I think
Oh,
they
you did.
both
Yeah.
knew. I think that at some level,
Without saying
they both
dad.
knew. Yeah,
Huh.
that's how I
Now,
kind of read it.
do you think he'll send the bodyguards after him to kill him
I don't
or
know. I don't know.
bring him back
I
to have a
don't know.
conversation, or maybe not? Maybe it's over.
Jenny wouldn't answer because she watched the preview and she was like, I watched the preview. I know what happened. And I was like, don't tell me. So I have
I
a
watched the preview
feeling.
and I don't even remember.
See, you can't fuck with. See, even the littlest spoiler, the fact that she said that makes me think they're in the next episode in some way. Just the fact that I said maybe they're not going to appear again. And then she was like, I watched the trailer, I can't say.
Well, I
It's like, how
think,
would you know if you
right.
watched the trailer? You couldn't know they're not in it, but you would know they are in it. So she spoiled me. Thanks,
Oh,
Jenny.
well, they're in it, but there's no, I
Well, I
don't
figured. I
remember.
mean, she'd come back to her own hotel. They're staying, and they're, but
I
I
wish,
figured.
I do wish there were two episodes left, and one episode was just the two of them getting hammered in Thailand. That would be, I wish they recorded. I wish they filmed something to release later or
That
something.
would be great.
I would love to see Walton Goggins and Sam Rockwell. I mean, we see a little bit of it,
Yeah.
them partying, but I want a whole night,
Yeah.
like a 90-minute movie of the two of those two
That would
characters.
be awesome, dude.
It would be, and Tarantino will direct it,
Oh
and
God.
it would be freaking amazing.
And then
And it
Fincher
may
sits
just
down.
happen in one bar or outside, but it would be like the greatest thing ever.
It is going to be an hour and a half long.
Oh, yeah, the
It's
finale.
90 minutes long. Yeah. He's got a lot to say in this one. Tomorrow, I'm going to be talking to our friend Mike from One
Oh,
Mike.
nice. One mic, baby.
And I want to kind of talk to him what he really dislikes so much about this season. And I guess there is some critical and public opinion that it's not the best, but I feel like it's kind of the deepest season of the three. I actually like it. I might end up liking it the most, but I can see there was maybe a little bit more excitement, a little bit more varied characters in the other seasons, but I kind of really digging this one. Solo, one thing I would love to flip over to talk about,
Yeah.
because I've not had a chance to talk about this extensively with anyone since I caught up with it. But where are you with Yellowjackets?
All caught up, baby.
All right, so
We're
if you're
doing
not,
yeah,
we got to talk a little spoilers
we
here,
have
okay?
to.
We have to. We're gonna talk Yellowjackets. I actually just got I think a Facebook message from someone
From
today.
Juliette Lewis saying, I'm not watching the season, but
It was, I can't remember. I'm sorry. It was someone who liked our coverage of Yellowjackets last season and was wondering, hey, are you guys covering it? Obviously, we didn't cover it because we were not super happy with season two.
right.
Um, but let's talk about what you thought so far. Three, two, one spoilers on season three of Yellowjackets.
One of my life. Sorry. All right. So season two really scarred me. Um,
Yeah, it was pretty a slump.
it became a show where season one had the mystery, the darkness. This is going to be so cool how they merged the timeline together with past and present, and then season two, they just they spent too much building up the eating of Paula or
Yeah,
Jackie, not Paula. Jackie, right? Yeah, Jackie.
Jackie.
And the stuff became very on the in the present time very campy, and it didn't know what it wanted to do, and it the show changed. There's some good moments, but I thought Melanie Lansky the season two was wasted. It was just her doing her shtick, her comedy shtick, and it wasn't, I don't know. This
Yeah.
season started off and I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna watch this. And I was like, I'm kind of out, but I do want to finish it. And I turned to my wife, what do you want to do with Yellow Jacket? She's like, let's finish it out. So I was like, all right. Then I felt like the show finally figured out that the stuff in the past is going to be brutal and scary and different things and weird, maybe. The stuff in present day is just comedy. It's just, I mean, the problem is the whole thing with Callie and Jeff and with that stuff's just that's just stupid comedy that I don't like, but yet I like it and I'm okay with it, but it's just I don't know. So it kind of makes the other stuff when it's supposed to be serious not serious, and Misty is turned. So that's where I'm struggling. And then this season with Shauna in the past, I mean, I understand her best friend got frozen to death and she lost her baby. And that would mess anybody up. But like a character I really liked, I started hating this season. And
Who's
then
that?
even Shauna.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So Shauna, I get why she's pissed off and just wants to kill people and stuff. But then Lottie, all of a sudden, now when the people with Joe McHale and the crew show up, and you're like, what the fuck? But we know in the timeline that they go through another winter.
Yeah.
So, because I thought, oh, this is how they're gonna. So we have that to talk about, and then of course Hillary Swank showed up.
Yeah.
Um, but I think for me right now, I'm more interested, to be honest, in when they do get home, how they act. That part interests me. The aftermath of surviving after 2 years or whatever, and people kind of how they adjust and how they have to talk and be that I actually am looking forward to see how that works and
Mm.
see what they go through when they come back. um the present day stuff, I think the killing of Lottie, that mystery, this whole tape thing, I don't know, it's a little clunky, and I'm just
Yeah, I like that they connected, that they finally did a direct connection between Joel McHale and the frog researchers and the
right.
tape.
Yeah,
And I like that Hilary Swank is married to the daughter of one of the frog
that's
worshippers,
interesting. Yeah.
right? Or both of the frog people. We don't know, right? It could be
No,
that
one's
those,
dead. Oh, we
right,
don't
they're,
know if Hannah or
no,
Hunter
but
or whatever her name
we
is
don't
is
know if Hilary Swank's wife is the daughter of both the man and the woman or just the woman
right. We
because
don't
they
know
seem
that.
to be a couple, but we don't know if they were that recent of a couple or it seemed along their
Or maybe
timeline.
the maybe well no yeah, because she would have already had been alive, right?
Right. Oh, well, you know what? It must be her dad then too, because that's what she was leaving them. She was alive. Yeah, she was leaving the message to her. But then it
Right.
also seemed like that. See, that's a question I had. And perhaps I'm not watching as closely this season as we were last season,
Right.
but it seemed to me that she was speaking to a baby she had. So does she have a baby?
No, in the 90s, well, see, Hillary Swank would have
No,
had
is
to
she
been
pregnant? Is the frog research woman, is she pregnant
oh no,
at the
there's no.
time they
Um,
grab her? That's my
yeah, because
question.
she's married. What this has been 20 years or whatever, or is it
Yeah.
30 years? I forget, or 25 years. Um, so I could see her either. I could see both then, because Hannah. I mean, the daughter that's married to Hillary Swank does
Yeah.
seem younger than her, because Hillary
Okay.
Swank's the same age
Okay.
as.
Okay.
I
I
for a
guess we're
second
fine.
there, I got
It's
confused.
not super important, and maybe no, she's talking to a kid that was just not there. I understand that. I like that they put that together. I totally agree that the outside world stuff is like pure comedy for a large portion of the season, including the stuff with Misty and Elijah
And
Wood
Walter, yeah,
and Walter and even the stuff that's going on with like for some strange reason what's her name, Vanessa and Thaisa follow this guy around to his apartment, and then I didn't even know what the fuck happened with that.
wait, when they were going to kill him and
Yeah,
sacrifice,
like they
they
were
ended up
gonna,
not.
but I
Van,
know, but it was like they
oh,
spent so much time on it and then nothing happened. Like it's a
yeah.
lot of red herrings still. But the fact that in this last episode, they are meeting the wilderness stuff with the now stuff, which is kind of showing us that Shauna is perhaps to blame and maybe kind of more villainous
Yeah.
than we may have previously thought.
Hmm.
But then when you think about it, the show has also done this with Thaisa. The show has also done this with Misty. The show has also done this with everybody. So I think in the end, when I'm watching this show, I finally kind of come to the conclusion that they're all horrible. We talked about this last season. And if you watch it like that, and it's really like a bunch of the story of a bunch of villains, it's kind of a little bit more interesting that way. But I have enjoyed this season more
Oh, way
than I
more.
enjoyed
Yeah.
season two.
Especially the last several episodes,
Yeah,
the last 3 to 4 episodes have
it's
gotten
been more
interesting.
fun.
Yeah.
There's been less diversions. The diversions they do are actually funny. I think the daughter has even been better this season.
Yeah, I actually
You
like
know,
her now,
me
Callie.
too.
Like,
She flipped me.
yeah, Jeff frustrates me, the stuff, but I
He's a
think he's
dummy.
doing a
Yeah,
great, but he's great.
yeah.
But
Yes,
like
that's
the whole
the
thing with the
last scene was good. Yeah,
furniture people, that whole storyline is weird, but it's him trying to step up and be more and the aggressor. And even
yeah.
Callie
Do
was
you li-
shocked.
do you like that they see Shauna as the villain now? That
Yes,
her own family. Me too.
yes,
Me
because she
too.
is. There's no bullshit
Yeah,
around it. She
they
is.
all are.
Well, yeah.
Misty killed people. Shauna,
No,
yeah,
totally. Excuse me. You got
yeah.
me choked up.
Sorry.
Um, but what sums it up for me is through Yellowjackets, we've seen the stuff in the wilderness, um, through their points of view. And this is the first time we got outsiders to look in on them that aren't
Yeah,
supernatural. And
yeah,
it's funny what they see is these people as like savages dancing around, they got a head spiked and all that. So from an outsider's point of view, hey, you know what? They're freaking nuts. They're not just trying to survive, they're
yeah,
buying in. And Lottie has freaking
yeah,
lost it.
yeah,
Lottie has become like she's freaking out there. I mean, she kills the dude, puts an axe in his head or whatever.
yeah.
But if you're looking at it the outside looking in, you're like, these people are nuts. Let's get
They're
out
all
of here.
nuts.
They are. They're all
I
nuts.
like that. I love the way that they are. I think they're doing a better job this season of showing us how like the cult has been created. I like the way Javi is
Javi.
like, this isn't real. You're crazy. You know, these
Yeah,
people are going to help us. And then the girls kind of going back and forth. I like the way that the crazy sounds they hear are actually the frogs, right? Like I think I'm more comfortable with the way they're playing with the supernatural, not super. They explain the fumes from the caves that we had theorized
yeah.
about last year. Remember,
Right,
we
right.
said, "Oh, there's probably deathly fumes come," and that's what it was, right?
Yeah.
Coming up from the tree. So I think that all that stuff has made me like the show more. I think it's kind of more confident. And I like Melanie Linsky as a villain. I think
Oh,
she's great as that.
think
That's how
about.
we. Oh, go ahead.
No, no, I'm sorry. I just get
It's. I think
excited.
we might have said the same thing. Is that's how we were introduced to her in the Peter Jackson movie. Remember with Kate Winslet when they kill
I
their
never saw
mom?
that one. I never saw
Yeah,
that one.
that's how I
Um,
started. So she's
I
always kind
just
of had that in her.
I more recently really started to notice Melanie Linsky. I mean, because she was in the she also was in that crap, what was it? It was some 70s serial killer vibe show where she was the wife. And I can't remember, I forget who's in it. Anyway, it was one of those period pieces from the 70s about some
Hmm. Interesting.
whatchamacallit. I think it was Colin Hanks' son. Oh no, Colin Hanks is the son. Colin Hanks is in it.
Oh,
Uh, Melanie Linsky's uh, husband, John Ritter's son. She's married to John Ritter. He played. I think Timberlake's in it. Justin Timberlake
what is?
is in it
I
too.
think I've seen this, but what is
Yeah.
this? I
Oh,
can't remember. We probably just should
there's
look
an
it up on
affair going on,
IMDb.
and they try to kill. I can't even remember it. What?
All right, I'll look it up solo.
Look it up,
Okay, I'll look it up here. All
please,
right,
because
Melanie Linsky movie. Here we go. What was it? Heavenly Creatures was the movie I was talking about.
okay, yeah, I never saw Heavenly
I
Creatures.
didn't realize that she was in Two and a Half Men.
Oh, that's yeah. She's the crazy psycho who kidnaps Charlie in Two and a
Yeah,
Half
I
Men.
didn't even
She's awesome
realize
in
she
it.
was in that. I'm trying to see what movie you might be talking about.
It was a TV series
Oh, a TV
over the
series.
last in the last 2 to 3 years.
It wasn't that who? Wait, because I'm thinking of when Colin
It-
Hanks. Um, what's his name? Colin Hanks, right?
yeah. Oh, let me just look it up.
Here, look. Oh, wait, Jason Ritter's married to Melanie
That's what
Linsky.
I said. You don't listen to me on the YouTubes
Um,
because Timberlake. Oh,
I
It's
don't.
Jessica Biel. Jessica Biel's in it
Oh,
because
okay. I don't
Timberlake's
know.
married to Jessica Biel. They were and both husbands were playing, I think, cops in this.
Really. This is a fun part of the show where
Where we
Candy.
Candy. That's it.
Oh, that's right. Candy. Okay, I saw this. Yeah, that's
You're getting
right.
behind the scenes live research. We don't have Ando here
Oh.
to give us all the grits and his twins
See,
home opener
Ando,
today.
as soon as we say it, he already knows we're not going to remember shit. So he's typing it. You and I falsely believe we're going to remember. So we just keep on talking around until one of us fucking
Yeah,
looks it up.
that's our freaking life.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
anyway, Yellow Jackets for me has gotten much better. I think I said with Andy, it righted the ship, but it's still taken on a little bit of water. It does need to, but I like the direction it's going. And Hilary Swank is a fantastic actress.
Oh,
She
she's
brings it
two-time
in
Oscar winner, but she fits
everything
right
she
in.
does.
She
Yep.
fits right in.
Not only
I
does she
hope
fit it, she took over the show. Like in the first
she
scene she
really
was
did.
in, I was like, "Holy shit, this is Hilary Swank's show now." Is she
Yeah.
starring in this in Yellow Jackets now? Because she's
I don't know if they're
amazing.
gonna. I mean, with what happened, I don't know. We don't know if she is dead or. alive.
No, she's alive, dude. She just bit a part of her.
Oh, is that it? She didn't
Yeah, she
stab her?
bit it. She said, "Eat it." Remember, it
Oh,
ended with
that's
her
right.
putting
That's
it
right. That's right.
right into her own mouth.
She
She's like,
Weird
"Eat
Al
yourself." Yeah,
Yankovic's
she bit a part of her
her
arm, and then she put it. She
phrase.
got,
Eat it. That's
bleh.
right.
She put it, and then ended like with the shot, right like that.
Right. Right.
I think that my hope is that Hilary Swank has been signed for this and next season, and
I hope
maybe
so
helps
because
them get another season because I think
I
they could do it. They could bring it together.
I feel losing Juliette Lewis, they need someone else.
That was a big loss, dude,
Huge loss.
because she stabilized the now story. She gave it
She,
heft.
she I was invested,
Yeah.
but then what? But
Whenever she
without
was on the
her,
screen, it felt like the show went a little bit more to drama from comedy.
right? And Hilary Swank hopefully can bring that as
She
long as the
brought it.
writing's right. But she did
She's
bring it because that was
awesome.
a great scene. The two of
She's just
them,
she just is a natural. You know, Hilary Swank can just act. You know what I'm saying, man?
she's
She could do
she's
anything.
she's so underrated. I mean, I know she's won 2 Oscars, but I think people remember her getting fired from 90210 like in the later seasons, but
Well, you know what? Let's be frank about it. She's not stereotypically Hollywood looks for a woman. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think that she has more of like a regular person kind of look. She doesn't look like a model. I think she's very pretty, but I don't,
she's
but
very
you know what
pretty.
I'm
But
saying?
yeah,
She
she
doesn't
doesn't
look
have the
like Jessica
conventional.
Biel, dude. You know
No,
what I'm
no.
saying, bro? So I think that there's a difference there. And I think also not more less so these days, hopefully. And this show is a great showcase of a lot of women of a certain age who don't get cast a lot.
Yeah.
It can be hard, you know, but we've seen it more recently.
Seen a lot
But,
more with
you
the
know,
evolution of this getting stars to do television.
yeah,
It's brought that back
definitely. And
and
more
it created
opportunity.
more
Yes.
opportunity, which is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
They still need more, but this is a
yeah,
great showcase for it, right?
yeah. I wanna give a quick shout out, Axel,
Let's do
while
it.
we're on Yellow Jacket.
Let's
So
shout
our
it.
good friends from Lost Lowdown, Claude and Justin, remember them?
What?
Well, I listened to everything they do. They covered Twin Peaks and they cover Dark. They cover a lot of stuff. Hey, what are you giving yourself a
No, I'm sorry. That
blowjob?
didn't I wasn't trying to make it look like that.
Well,
That
what
was
were you
more
doing?
no, just surprise. Like it was like
Oh,
a I
is
was
that what a
like
surprise looks
it was like a
like?
GIF or a GIF, right? Where I'm like, it's like,
Yeah, the
whoa,
human
Claude and
GIF,
Justin, whoa.
the human GIF
But
GIF.
it came off
Um,
totally different. Sorry.
anyway, since I think last season, Justin and his friend Jen have been
Yeah.
covering Yellow Jackets called Jacket Jockeys. But I wrote them a review because some guy left them a review saying they talk about Lost way too much. And it's like, how can you not when the show directly rips off from Lost? Anyway, so I wrote them a review saying, just because I love them. And then he gave me a nice shout out on the pod, which I wasn't
Okay.
expecting.
I'm gonna
Um,
write them a review live on the podcast. Okay.
do it.
4 stars, title. This is an awesome show, and I also love Lost.
Nice. Yeah, give them a
I love this show, and so does my friend Heath Solo.
yeah,
Like
you
it?
could yeah, I like it so far. Live on the daily DVR.
Submit. Done.
Oh,
Um,
that's all you wrote?
yeah, I love this show.
Oh,
I haven't listened to it yet. I'll go back and I edit my reviews
oh,
always. I'm
interesting.
a review edit. Are you a review editor?
Nah.
I am. I do it all the time.
Oh,
All
yeah,
the time. Like
I forget
podcasts
where
I
I write
like,
reviews.
I'll review because I think it's a way of kind of talking to the people who are. I know for me as a podcaster, I do look at the reviews. We got an amazing review for
From Brett?
I wish Brett would talk to me again. He doesn't, I don't know.
That's off
Brett's gone
season.
away.
He
It's yeah,
doesn't,
I know it's hard.
yeah,
It's
Brett,
tough for Brett. It's
Brett,
tough out
Brett,
there for Brett.
I mean, he's a high-paid podcaster. He needs his off
Yes,
season.
yes. On our White Lotus podcast, we got a recent review. It said, I want to put this up. You see that, Solo?
Yeah, can't even listen with that guy's comments. What?
I'm the
What?
only guy on the
So
podcast.
wait, so he can't listen because of your comments?
No, yeah, Linda 4109 said, can't even listen with that guy's comments. What I love about it is that it's
What does
written
that
like she
mean?
said it, right?
What
Like
does
she
that mean?
just,
I thought she just texted that to you.
that's what I thought too. Like she's texting her friend. Her friend was like, hey, have you listened to the White Lotus podcast with Axel, Jenny, and Gina? And she's like, can't even listen with that guy's comments. I kind of like it
So she
though.
doesn't like you. That's cool.
She doesn't
She
like my
doesn't. Oh,
comments.
she doesn't like your comments.
Yeah,
She's
that
pro
I'm
Jenny
that
and Gina.
guy.
It could be me. I guessed it on it. Didn't I? Did I guess on it?
This was before you came on.
Oh, because I could have been
Yes.
that
Yeah.
guy and
Yeah. This
ruined
was
it.
before you came on. Yeah.
Okay, so it's you. Okay,
It's me. It is definitely me.
that's great. I
Um,
find like and especially as an actor, I have to like whenever I get reviewed or whatever, I have to just take it with a grain of salt. But I've never had really bad reviews, I don't think. But okay, you never know. Or I just didn't read them.
I'll
But
tell you this.
you got to just laugh
Yeah.
and go tell
The
me this.
the most scathing reviews of me are what was the pedantic review.
Oh yes, pedantic. And then we didn't let that go for like
For
18
years. I'm
pods.
bringing it
Yeah.
back around. I'm pedantic, baby. It was like, but it was funny because literally they were writing about Westworld season 2, which is the most pedantic season of television that ever existed.
Right.
So, like, you had to be that way about that show. And it was like, it was like almost like a backward compliment. Like, oh God, you're so pedantic about that show. But that means you get the show. I don't know. That's the way I felt about it,
Eh,
Solo.
it's all not everyone's gonna.
We need a review of Solo. Somebody review Solo's awesome, and he always
No,
has
just
been.
don't tell the truth. Don't say he's just awesome. Solo's awesome. Just tell the truth.
That is the truth.
I can't handle it, evidently.
Well, you can't. I'm gonna take a swig of my Gatorade bottle.
Yeah. Yeah, I need some. So, all right, I got a topic for you.
Oh shit! Topic time. Hit me.
Topic time. Brett's picks. Topic time. Excellent.
Dangerous.
So, my lead or my headline is, are movies coming back? And that could be general, could be, but so I mean, and I have a theater story because we went and saw Last Breath with Woody Harrelson about the divers who,
Yeah.
you know, well, listeners might not
Who
know, but
dive?
who dive with the pipes that are in the ocean, they go and fix
Yeah.
and all that. It's pretty dangerous.
I
They're on
used
the
to do
open
that
water.
before I
Yeah,
started podcasting.
start podcast. Yeah, when you were 6. But yeah,
Child
so it's a
labor.
true story, and one of the divers loses
Don't tell
air,
me. Oh, don't tell
loses
me.
air.
Don't
That's all
spoil
I'm gonna
me.
say. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
He loses air, and they're trying to rescue him. But there's a documentary on it too, and they show some of the clips at the end of the movie and stuff. But it was pretty good. But then I've been seeing a lot of trailers of movies I actually want to go see in the theater. I was a
Hmm.
huge theater goer, and then me and my wife, since the pandemic, it's hit or miss. I mean, I remember going to see Top Gun Maverick was like the big movie event that I thought was going to
Yeah.
save movies, but like lately, some of
Barbenheimer.
Oppenheimer I saw in the theater, but I saw that in the Czech Republic, so this is not
Oh,
just
in the hot wet kitchen.
hot wet kitchen, in the hot wet summer. And then of course the Mission Impossible came out, but there's been like, or even if a movie comes out, it's gone in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's out of the theater. And then we get a lot of it quick to streaming, quick to rent.
Yeah.
And well, I remember the one summer, I can't remember what was that, 2023 or 2022, when it was like I think Mission Impossible came out then, and it was like Indiana Jones and the Flash. It felt like a summer of movies. But this
Yeah.
past year, it really hasn't felt that way.
No.
But I see a lot of spring movies like Drop. That looks fun as
Yep.
hell.
There's a
Um,
lot of one, and you know what? A
The
lot of
Amateur, The Accountant 2. I rewatched The Accountant. The Accountant
yeah,
2 with
Bernthal,
Bernthal. I mean,
Affleck
it looks like
together.
it looks like it could be Jack Reacher 2, but whoa. Um, it looks like it could be.
We're on YouTube. I'm doing fucking karate moves,
I know
folks.
we're doing karate
You're
moves.
losing this on the podcast, people. Get on over to the video
Yeah.
revolution.
Oh boy. So the Amateur, like with Rami Malek, looks
Yeah.
cool, and I know the
That is another
Mission.
one in the line of normal guy goes nuts
Yes,
movies.
yes, that's very good.
But it
Uh,
looks good, you know,
it
and
looks
it's
fun.
weird that that's his follow up, like win an Academy Award, and then this is the big
Well,
movie.
no, well, remember he did that Denzel Washington all and Jared Leto movie that really wasn't as good as I was
Yeah,
hoping it would
I
be.
think
It
that,
was
yeah,
weak.
yeah, it was pretty weak.
It was weak. But you
Jared
get the
Leto was
three of
great.
them, and you're like, I'm in. And it was during the pandemic, so we
Excuse me.
got it on Max or whatever, and
Yeah,
it just
Skinamax.
no, that's no longer.
I'm gonna tell you that I agree with you. Do you want to list some more of the movies that are coming out?
Oh, I don't.
Oh, I thought you
I
had a list because you're a list guy.
am a list guy, but do you want to look it up and throw them at me?
Nah, not
Nah.
really.
Okay.
But I
Cool.
will tell you that I was just talking about this with my darling wife, Perry, and beautiful wife, Perry. She's very tall as well. Sorry, I got distracted by my own wife, but that's a good thing to do on a
Hey,
podcast. Hey, if you're going to be
is it though?
distracted,
Is it though?
I mean, maybe not when I'm looking at your mug, but you know, Solo,
Yeah.
I can I think so. Hey,
Yeah. I
oh
go a
man, I
little
felt
Italian.
Robbie D come through, baby. I
Yeah.
felt it. Oh, that's good, man. Holy shit, Solo.
Anyway.
Anyway, you had the strike, COVID, okay? You had a lot of theaters were going under. They were having a lot of problems. They needed a more time to recover by
Right.
pumping in blockbusters that just brought people in one weekend and gave them flush
Give
with
him.
cash,
You're right. Right.
right? Now, also what happened was a lot of films were greenlit and went into development right after COVID and the strike ended, right? Now we're seeing that happening now, okay? This Academy Awards, a lot of people complain, oh, you know, I don't know, it was okay. The movies were okay. I thought a lot of them were great, but granted, it didn't have five or six big budget plus big actors
Right.
plus dramatic plus quality. It had like a couple and smaller films, which I like. You're totally right, Solo. The next year to 3 years, we're going to see, I think, a lot more films in the theaters and a lot more diverse films,
Mm,
meaning comedies, romance, sci fi,
cool.
genre, kids, animation, documentary. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that the theaters and the industry really wants the theaters to get back into business, working well. But I
Yeah.
think they've also realized that look at kind of a lot of smaller movies are doing well in certain parts of the country. I think you're going to see that too. So I agree with you. I think that this is all leading towards,
I forgot about the strike
yeah,
because it was all pandemic. I forgot we had a long strike too.
yep,
Yeah. So now I think I just feel like there's more movies coming to theaters than
there
I'm
are,
used to, like that I'm
yeah.
interested in. Like The Drop and The Amateur 2 years ago, that's probably streaming.
Yes, that's the point too, Solo, is that you have a move away a bit from streaming, and that's happening not only like on the stock market, right? Where investors are a little bit more wary, companies spending a little bit less. But you do have some people falling back on traditional sources of income and advertising that includes not only theaters, but I think you're going to see it's going to be strange too, but I think you actually see a resurgence of cable because a lot of people have it. It has a wide reach,
Hmm.
and a lot of these big corporations own a ton of cable stations that they're not doing anything with them.
Right, right.
And for a long time, people thought, oh, they're just going to let them die. But then they said, well, why the fuck should you do that? Look at MTV. They're playing ridiculousness 24 hours a day and they're making money.
Yeah.
They're making money off of reruns. They're running commercials. People are watching. They're getting clips on TikTok. So I think that you are spotting a trend, and I agree with you.
Cool.
And it's going to be fun to see because you know what? I may not go to the theater that much, and that's only because of some sensory shit. It's loud, blah, blah, blah. I don't really like it. Makes me a little kind of anxiety sometimes being in a crowded place with people. But I have been going to the theater more, and I've actually been looking for films to go see,
Yeah.
and there haven't been that many. And now when I see stuff coming on the horizon, I'm like, okay, this is good because I like to go to the movies with Lachlan or my wife or by
Yeah.
myself in the
It's a
middle of
fun
the
event.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when me and my wife go to the movies, like we turn into little kids and we just have such an enjoyment. And I love seeing
Yes.
her like so into the movie and really excited. Like she loves going to the
Like,
movies. And
yep.
we literally have a movie theater 5 minutes from our place. So there's no excuse.
See, you got distracted by your wife on the podcast now too.
I did. I was looking to my
Yeah.
left and I was
Yep.
distracted. Um,
Clowns to the left of me. No, wait, hold on. Say
Jokers
no.
to the right.
Perry to the right, Renata to the left.
Clowns to the left, me
Lady
jokers to
Solo.
the yeah, I'm stuck in the
Um,
middle with
I like
you.
it, dude, because I do think that the communal experience of seeing films is important. I don't think it's the only way to see films. I don't think it's the perfect or supreme way to see all films. But I do agree that it's something that we should try to keep alive. And I think that it's important for not only the experience, but for the filmmakers too. It does afford people bigger budgets and the opportunity to push technology and storytelling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might not love Avatar, but Avatar gives birth to thousands of other films that couldn't exist without that
Right.
technology.
And I
That
loved
may,
watching
yeah,
Avatar with a bunch of people. It was like
right.
3D that we had never seen
Yeah,
before that had
exactly.
depth of field
It has
and it
that
was a great,
yeah, yep,
it was super fun. And I remember just my cousin Troy just laughing
yeah,
because he's just like can't believe what he's seeing.
yep.
Um, but let me talk about my theater experience. Why I say, you know what? This is why I haven't been going to the theaters. Had a really bad theater experience when we went to see Last Breath. So we're watching the movie, everything's good, and it looks like a group of ladies must have
Uh-oh.
snuck in
How old were they?
because they were had to be mid 20s to early 30s.
Okay,
One was a little older.
okay.
Um, and so the last half hour of the movie's really intense, and all of a sudden, like group of three come in and they stop and they go, she said it was going to be in the front row. And then the other one, her phone's ringing, and I was just like, shut up. Like I was like, they got shushes and then they went to the front row. It's like if you said they're going to be in the front row, they're probably in the front row. Go to the freaking front row. Now this theater is at the mall in Burbank, so it's much smaller. It's probably
Yeah.
12 rows, maybe. It was really small. You okay with the
Yeah,
audio?
don't, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
this,
okay, you're just with me.
keep going. Yeah, yeah.
So that was annoying. Then they, in the last half hour, they left and came back in several times, making noise.
Uh,
Uh, and it was just like, what the heck? Then there was a crying baby from the same group, and just let the kid cry through the most intense time. And it was really freaking annoying. But nowadays, see, when I was in my 20s or maybe even my 30s, I could say something, get in an argument, whatever, tell them to shut the hell up. Now that I'm middle aged and
maybe
a
past
certain
middle.
color, yeah, I'm going to live to 139, so I'm not even middle aged
Okay.
yet. Like if I were to get in an argument with them, I would look like the bad guy probably because there's more of them and I'm white looking.
You're what you are white. Why would they? Are you, why? What does that have to do with anything?
Well, they were Latino descent.
Oh, okay.
So if the
I
white guy
understand.
tells them
You
to
didn't want to
shut
seem
up
like
and
the
let,
stuffy
I don't
old
want to
white
steal
guy
like the
telling
stuffy old white
people
guy.
to shut up at a movie,
I did
right?
not want to
I
feel that way,
understand.
so I
Yeah,
didn't
I
get
understand.
involved because I'm like, I don't want because I know I'm in the right, but
You probably would
whatever.
have been the old, it would have been the
The old,
old dude
the
either
old
way,
dude,
whoever it was.
yeah. So yeah, no, it could have been young white kids and
Yeah, you
still
would
the
have been
same thing.
like, then they would have looked at you and go, "Okay, thanks, boomer." You
I'm
right?
like, wait a minute, I'm not a,
Yeah.
but yeah,
And
yeah,
they would have
no,
been filming it for
it
TikTok. Look at
doesn't,
the boomer get mad.
it, no, the race really doesn't matter. It's not, it could be
Oh no, but you
anybody.
feel that though in the
But I
situation.
felt bad.
That's
I'm like,
part of the
oh, I
story.
just said,
Yeah.
oh, Latin women,
Yeah, it's part of the
white
story. Yeah.
dude, I gotta,
I
back
understand.
off. So then we go to the bathroom. My wife goes to the bathroom, and they all go in the bathroom. These ladies, they block everything, and they're holding court in the bathroom. My wife
Okay.
is trying to
I
go
thought they
wash
were
her
cornering
hands.
Renata.
No, no, no. But my wife go to wash her hands, and they won't move. And with the hand, like you're in our space. They
Were they
think that
drunk?
uh, I don't know. It was during the day, maybe they drunk with
Yeah.
their kids, maybe.
How many
But
kids were they
oh,
with them?
just the
Just the
baby.
baby.
But it
Okay,
was
just the
like
one
the
baby.
rudeness and the entitlement
Yeah.
that you go to a freaking movie, shut the fuck up. And then well, I bought a ticket.
Yeah,
Well,
this
so
is
did
an
I.
extreme situation, Solo. I've experienced this maybe once or twice in my
There's always
entire
one guy or
life.
someone on their
Yeah,
phone or
yeah.
whatever. That happens.
But
I'm used to
that
that
is
now.
true.
That's annoying.
That's true.
But this was like
Yeah, this is
showing up to the
extreme,
movie
man. And the
a
theater
half
didn't do
hour left.
anything? No one, how many other people were in the theater with you?
There was some did shushing, but
Okay.
there were other people. But I didn't know if they were, I don't know who these other people were.
Did anyone else from the theater, did anyone from the theater go in there and do anything or say anything?
No, there's three people that work there and they're all like 15. In
See, I would have
the
walked
old
up.
days, they would have frickin'
Yeah, I would have
in the
walked
old
up and asked for the
days,
manager, and
yeah,
I
they
would
would
have
have done
said,
nothing.
well, I would have at least said, you owe me a free movie. I'll come back and watch this movie. I'm not going to go back in there and watch this movie with them. You owe me at least one or two free tickets for this, and I'm just going to leave now, man. Come on, this is ridiculous. You know better than that.
Yeah,
But I understand you don't want to cause a
I don't
fuss.
usually do stuff like that
You know,
unless it's yeah.
I'm a
I
pain in
but
the ass, Solo. I'll ask him to turn the fucking air conditioning up.
yeah, I'm not that way, but I just was just like but it was like the end of the movie. I'm not missing it to go
Yeah.
report them.
That's terrible, dude. They were assholes. Come on, what are you going to do? You ran into a bunch of assholes in the movie theater.
But it's like no
That was
respect
terrible.
whatsoever. And
No.
it's like that, and you wonder why a lot of people aren't going to the movies.
Yeah.
There's the points we
Well,
talked
this is
about,
the
but
number one reason why I
well,
don't like
no, I know,
movies.
but like people, whether it's the
The
post
phone.
office, the movie theater, where they're stupid and they just have no respect for anyone else. But me saying it, I look like an old fart who's complaining, but
You
this is
know,
different.
are we talking about falling down here, Solo? Is this what's
Dude, we're
happening
getting
here?
close. We're getting
Is this what's
close.
happening? Michael Solo and
But
falling down
no,
too.
because the old Solo would have freaking got up, walked to the front row, and told him to shut the hell up, and got into arguments. This
Yeah.
one just said,
That's not worth it,
"This is the
dude. No, no,
world."
no, no, no,
I
no.
got my wife with me.
I learned a
I
lesson, man.
uh,
I recently, I told you this. Did I tell you this story?
I don't know what the story is.
I learned a lesson too because I was getting my panties in a bunch and getting pissed off about the million political shit with the million Teslas driving around and all this shit. And I met this young guy. I was at Walmart actually, and I'm checking out, and he's in the line in front of me. And I look over and I see he's got like the Tesla keychain. And I didn't even do anything, man. I was being good because I promised my wife I would no longer give people the finger for any reason or do anything in public ever again, and I have not. Okay, but he just basically looked back. I mean, I think we had kind of done the dude head nod. You know what I'm saying, Solo? Like
I
some
know the dude
dudes,
head nod.
you do the dude head nod and you just kind of maybe you start chatting with him or something. You know what I'm saying? Like you just dude recognize dude, whatever. And that's what kind of happened. And he kind of looked at me and he goes, "Yeah," he goes, "I fucking hate this car." And I was like, I was like, what's up? And he was like, well, I'm a teacher. I got this car because I wanted to try to save the environment. I really didn't do my research. I didn't understand who Elon Musk was. And I hate the fucking dude. And I see what's happening now. And it's kind of like difficult, like
Hmm.
people look at it all the time. I get the and I'm thinking, shit, I could have been one of the people doing that. So we had like a moment and it kind of changed my attitude towards I think I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of people are stressed out right now, whatever it is,
Yeah,
things are
yeah.
changing. So like
Hmm.
let's chill out. Let's try to be a
Yeah,
little nicer to each other. You did the right thing.
yeah. It just it.
You did the right thing. You did
Thank
the
you.
right thing. Just, you know what? I mean, I would have at least gotten a free ticket from the people who ran the place because it was their responsibility to not let that happen in their establishment.
Yeah,
But it was not your job to confront these people who are acting like assholes in whatever way they're acting like assholes. I think confronting people publicly is not the way to go. That's not going to help anybody. And, everybody's a
yeah.
little
It just
stressed.
it's
Everyone's a little,
well. That's the
like,
thing.
let's be nice.
I go to a lot of public places, and like we've talked about how people are idiots, but I don't say anything
Yeah,
because I don't know what this person's day was like.
exactly. You never know what they're going. They could
You
have
never know what
cancer,
they're going
man.
through.
Their kid could
Well,
have died this morning,
but I
or
don't
they,
know that, so it's not
yeah.
my fault if I said something to him and he goes,
Oh,
"Well, I
or
have
if they're an
cancer." I'm like,
asshole.
Well, I didn't
Yeah,
know."
of course.
And normally I would because I mean, I confronted this guy who was being an asshole at the airport. He was squeaking his feet. He almost knocked this lady over. And I go, "Dude, what the fuck's your problem?" And he goes, "Oh, you must be from the East Coast." And I'm like, "Why?" Because no one ever calls me out, and you did. And I go, "Well, I'm calling you out. Fucking behave." Why are you laughing so much? I know you're high, but what are you laughing?
Solo, I have to catch my breath. Hold on.
Why for what? What? Were you running a
Oh God.
marathon?
Oh God. Hold on.
Oh,
Dude, I love you, Solo. You crack me up like nobody else. You crack me up.
I do it for you.
Here I am telling this story of world peace. And Solo's like, fuck that. Here's the story of
No,
how I confronted a guy.
yeah,
Oh my
yeah. I'm
God.
not talking about world peace. It's.
Oh
I wish we
Jesus.
had it.
Oh God. I
All
gotta
right,
take another gas pill. I can't breathe.
all right.
I got a lot of gas. My wife made me eat a kale salad for lunch, man. It's fucking
Good.
giving me gas.
Your body's not used to healthy food. That's
Look at
why.
this shit, dude. Look at this shit. Look at this.
Ooh, that's scrumptious. See, I like that. I
It's
like
no, I
those.
love it. I love it. But it gets it like it's not like, it's not like a sandwich that like kind of sits there. It gets you
Yeah,
moving. You know what I'm saying, buddy? It
that's
gets you
that's
moving.
what you need.
Oh, I got the gas up
All
here
the
real quick, man.
sandwiches are blocking all the
Um,
blockage.
all right. Now now that we've had our falling down part
One
of
all my life.
um Parks and Rec.
Yeah, Parks and Rec.
Let's
So
end on Parks and Rec.
yeah, let's end on Parks and Rec. I was a huge. Now, actually, I'm gonna a little backstory about The Office. So I had watched the Ricky Gervais one,
Oh
enjoyed
yeah.
it,
Yep.
and then when I heard they were redoing it, I was or redoing it in America. I guess I was kind of anti. Like,
I
I'm
was
not
the
gonna watch
same.
this. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna watch
I
this.
was snobby about it.
I was snobby about it too. And then I was recording My Name is Earl, and it would record a clip of The Office, like the teaser. And after about three or four of them, I'm like, I better watch this show because it's cracking me up every week. And so I did, and I ended up binging. I think I got caught up in like season three or four, but I did the whole season two, three binge, and and loved it. Because I did watch some of season one, but then I kind of was like, I don't know. But when season two came back, it was like they had time to let it breathe. They figured some things out, got the characters more involved, everyone, and it became an amazing show. Same thing happened with Parks and Rec. I go, oh, Amy Poehler's going to be the Michael Scott, and I watched the first couple, liked it, but just never followed through with watching it.
Season one is a little rough of Parks and Rec. It's
Yeah,
so
because it's a
short
short.
too.
It's
Yeah.
like the first season of The Office.
Yep.
It's only like 6 episodes, but it was a lot of Amy Poehler, and it was a little too much. And which I
Right.
love Amy Poehler. Don't get me wrong, but I was like, see, it's different. Watch going back now, and you see, oh, that's Chris Pratt, that's Aubrey Plaza, that's Nick Offerman, that's Aziz. I mean, all these people. You're
Yeah.
like,
Read 'em.
so it's like watching Band of Brothers later, and you're like, all these dudes are in it that I didn't know who were
Yeah.
in it when I first watched it. Anyway, so season two, they're starting to do the same thing The Office did, get more people involved. The writing seems better. It's just they found their stride. And I'm hooked. I'm at like season 7 or 8. I just watched the Halloween episode where they're trying to get the vandalizer. He does it every year. And then
Oh, I love
just
it.
and just saw the one with Megan Mullally. What's that from Will and
Malala,
Grace? I
yeah.
love her. Mullally. I love her.
Nick Offerman's wife.
Nick Offerman's ex-wife, and they're trying to, she wants the lot for a library.
No, but that's his wife in real life too.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Um,
They've
Good
been
for
together
him.
forever.
I think she's stunning. I think she's sexy.
I think she's sexy too.
She's very
She
sexy.
is. The
Anyway,
voice is a little bit much for me because I'm like a low, I'm not a high pitch guy. Like
right, right.
actually a lot of the women in my life, I say it to my wife. First time I talked on the phone with her, I was like, oh shit. Because she kind of has a deep voice. I like women with a deeper voice.
Hmm.
I don't like the high voice.
Okay.
That's just kind of my thing, Solo.
Yeah, I'm not like the Joey Lauren Adams high voice, but I don't mind. Um,
Yeah, I can't, I don't know. I have a sensitive palate.
so anyway, so Parks and Rec, and Rob Lowe hasn't showed up yet. Adam Scott, I don't know how long they're in the show for, or what happened, or
Wait, what season are you on now?
season two.
Oh, okay. I thought you said oh, you said there are 7 or 8 episodes. Or
No,
you're
there's
talking about The
six in the
Office.
first season of both The Office season one and Parks and Rec
Okay,
season one.
okay. I'm sorry. I
But
thought
I'm on
you're
seven or
farther.
eight
Okay.
episodes of season two. No, no, I'm not like I'm still early on.
I have like a season left to go. I've been rewatching Parks and Rec too. I was doing it all the way through and then I kind of stopped and I'm kind of going back towards the end of it because I kind of
Right.
want it to last and um that show is amazing. The thing for me that I love so much is you're right, the Amy Poehler character. The early seasons are very much her trying to fight the perceived patriarchy in her own job.
Right. Right.
And that includes Nick Offerman. That includes all the other guy that she kind of likes that they phase out late in later seasons. What's his
That's what I
name?
got.
Greg or something? Or Gary?
Yeah, I think
Or
it's Craig Gary.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
something
I
like
think
that.
it is something like that.
Yeah, I think it's Andy is Chris Pratt. What is his
Yeah.
name? I don't
And
even
Andy
remember.
is an example of that too, the lazy guy who has no job, who lives off his girlfriend.
So is that what happens? I mean, spoiler alert, but he ends up not being in the show, and they bring in Rob Lowe and Adam Scott or whatever, or they overlap, or the
They overlap, and it's a
okay.
slowly of that guy kind of slowly is not as important. But you can probably tell that even by this season, I think he's not as
Well,
important.
he's dating Anne right now.
Okay,
The
it continues.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
not a
yeah.
huge, but
But
the show does like you're saying. What happens is after a while, she loves them, they love her. The guys are much less jerky. They're a bit more lovable and funny. It's obvious that she's in charge and they let her be in charge. And the show just is wonderful and fun. And it's really it's very loving and caring. And they kind of make fun of each other, but they really support each other. That's the thing with The Office. I did go back and try again to watch The Office. I just find this Steve Carell and the what's
Dwight
the
Schrute.
nerdy dude? Dwight. Yeah, I find them to be such awful people and not funny either. Like, I just don't think
See,
Steve Carell's funny in The Office. He doesn't
really?
make me laugh. I just
Oh,
think
he
he's
cracks me up because he's so
annoying.
dumb.
I find him
Uh,
and Dwight to be really annoying. But maybe I need to get to that season 3 Solo.
Well, season two, I felt, but I don't know. I don't know because
Does he ever get nicer? Does he ever stop trying to offend everyone all the time and like being a selfish jerk? Or is he that way the whole time?
uh, oh, I guess I don't see him as a selfish jerk. I see him as a guy who's just not educated, who thinks he's doing the right thing, but really doesn't know he's doing the wrong thing.
Okay, well, that tells me something then. That
That's
tells me
why
that you became empathetic to that character
I
well through
did.
watching the show.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because there's a lot of
That tells me
sad
something.
things that happens to
Okay.
him that you
Ah,
really
see,
do feel.
that's this is what I mean. This is what
Hey,
we're podcasting about. So you're supposed to say to me, "Well, Folo, the
well, but
character evolves, and you
no, I
learn more
know,
about."
I know, but
But he's still kind of a jerky, though.
no. I'm saying like certain people just don't like. I'm not one to be like, how can you not like The Office? It's if it's
Right?
not for you, it's not for you. So I
I
don't
dig
like.
it. I
I
dig
don't
it.
usually push. So
I know. Me
I
too.
wouldn't
I
want you to
know.
waste
I
your
know.
time if you're really
Yeah.
not into. I
I feel the
mean,
same way.
I mean, Seinfeld, they're all um
Oh, they're all assholes.
obnoxious
Yeah, they are. They
assholes and
are.
only
They
care about
are.
themselves, and we love them.
That's true.
Um,
But they're funny. That's was the
you're
difference.
saying Steve Carell's not funny.
I don't think
See,
he's funny. It's so
see,
awkward.
I, I crack up at people thinking they're smart and calling things the wrong thing. Um, I just that dry kind of humor I really like.
So he's kind of the doofus of the show.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, big
Okay.
time.
Okay. And then Jim is the heart of it. Jim and Pam are the heart of the
Jim and
show.
Pam are, yes. And see, I love Dwight Schrute because Jim's always playing jokes on Dwight and Dwight believes it. Like he
Like
always
when he
is.
put Jello, he put his things in Jello,
Yeah,
things like
yeah, like
that.
stuff like I think they took that from the UK office, but there's a lot of things like that that he really the back and forth. Um,
Okay. Okay.
but
Yeah, maybe just not my thing. I've tried so many
yeah,
times. Maybe I'll
okay, if
just
you
jump
try,
into a later season. So I've
yeah, I
never
don't
tried it
know,
that way.
I don't know,
You know,
Folo. I don't know if you're gonna
so many
like it.
people like it though. I feel
Well,
like I kind of should know a little bit more about it. This is kind of my thing. And how much longer do I have on this earth? 30 years, 40? I mean, I don't know.
uh,
Maybe I should watch it.
I mean,
I'm
there's
already
so many
50. Am
other
I gonna live till
things.
90? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe.
I might. I might.
Well, why don't you just binge one day at a time? That seems like where you're going.
This is it. This is it.
Um, so anyway, so Parks and Rec, I mean, you could tell they're given more the other characters more to do in the second season. Like Nick Offerman there's some episodes where it's focused on him. Aubrey Plaza a little more. They're letting
Oh,
her
she's
kind of
wonderful.
shine. Um,
Chris Pratt's
and
great.
Chris Chris Pratt is such but the stuff in the pit like they're trying to fill the pit on their own and he's still he said he's living with his drummer but he's really living in that tent in the pit like it just and the
I
song I
fell in the
fell in the
pit.
pit.
We fell in the pit.
I think
We
that was
all
the season one
fell in the
finale, I
pit.
think, or the season opener. But yeah, that's when they start getting Chris Pratt more involved. I he's the shoe shine, and Nick Offerman moans, and it's like I thought he had an orgasm, but I can think it was just the moan. I'm assuming,
Oh
but
no, I think he had an orgasm,
yeah,
dude. I
okay,
think
I
that's
think so too. I think so
yeah.
too. Okay,
Yeah, yeah. That was a little wet dream in the afternoon, little afternoon delight there.
I mean, it was just, it
That
just.
is my Chris Pratt all time. That's why I love him. And that's why when I see
I
him
thought you didn't like
in,
him. I thought you didn't like him and stuff.
dude, that is the misconception. This is just like the misconception that I don't like Will Smith. I love Will Smith.
Okay.
I just think he needs to have a new agent or management or life coach or something because I never think they either of them take the right roles. I think Chris
Oh, I
Pratt
see
is
what you're saying.
amazing.
I see what you're saying.
He's a good actor.
No, he
And the
is.
shit he does is garbage. Those Jurassic Park movies are awful.
Oh, I
And
liked
he
him.
is okay. I couldn't even tell you what I've watched them all. I can't even remember different parts of them. It's a conglomeration of the dinosaurs running and him going, oh, I
Well,
don't
that's
know
how he
what.
trains the little baby raptors.
I don't know, man. I love him in this. I think he's a great comedic actor.
Well,
That's
you
what I
didn't
think.
like him in that Amazon show with Taylor Kitsch. You were like,
Yeah,
he's
because it
awful.
was not comedic. He was trying to be tough, Mr. Tough Guy.
Yeah.
I don't buy him as a
What's wrong
tough
with
guy.
that?
I
Huh.
don't buy him as a tough guy.
So you didn't like him as Scott Hatterberg in Moneyball? It's
Um,
his best performance.
Actually,
I don't even remember it. I know he's in it, but I don't know. I don't remember.
I'll say this too because the first tough guy role he did wasn't he in Zero Dark 30?
Yeah, he was.
I think that was his first kind of
But
post
you can't really
Marvel.
tell who's who because they're all bearded up and
I
have the
know they're all
goggles.
bearded white dudes. They all look the
Yeah,
exact
they all look
same, right? They look like they all come from Ohio. Um, that was a shout out to
Jenny.
James
Oh,
and
James.
Jenny
Yeah, James and
out of
Jenny.
Ohio.
Oh,
Ohio.
OHIO.
Um, anyway, I
For
do
Dead
like
in
Chris Pratt
Ohio.
and also Will Smith. Only good film choice. One of the only. Well, he's made maybe one or two here and there. Was 6 Degrees of Separation. That was still remains his best
Well,
film role,
that
and that was
made
his
him.
first.
That's why people like he can act.
And then he never acted again.
Oh, Enemy of the State. Um, he won an
Bad
Oscar.
Boys 3.
He won an Oscar.
Yeah, for like the
Remember he
pursuit of
slapped.
happiness or something. I
No,
don't know.
it wasn't the pursuit. He was nominated, I believe, but no, the one he won the Oscar
Ali.
for
Ali.
the no.
I think it
But
was
yeah,
Ali.
no, I know, but the one he won the Oscar for, playing the tennis coach, the
Oh,
Venus
oh,
Williams.
oh,
Still haven't
oh.
watched that because he slapped Chris Rock. I
Oh,
didn't.
King Richard.
King Richard.
Yeah,
I
I
watched. You know
haven't.
what I watched for the first time? I never saw was Hancock.
That was kind
You
of
ever watch
fun.
that?
It was a little perverse, wasn't it?
It wasn't what I expected.
Yeah.
It wasn't your traditional. Well, I know he's not a.
That's one of the roles that I was thinking of when I was like, sometimes he does something a little weird, but not
Him and Charlize
enough.
Theron. It was deeper than I thought it was going to be, and it was more about where they're from and what was going on. Like it wasn't like
Yeah,
an evil person going to
yeah, yeah. It
destroy the
was
world.
interesting. It was interesting.
I liked that difference.
Um,
Uh,
you know, he was offered the role in the Tarantino movie and turned it down that
what?
Jamie Foxx took.
Oh,
Um,
Django.
Django Unchained. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was offered
Oh,
that role and he turned it down.
Django.
Can you imagine? I think I'm not a huge. Jamie Foxx for me is like, I don't know. He's good, but I don't, I think somebody else could have done that role. But he was good in that movie.
No, he was
He's
really good
good.
in it though.
Sometimes I like him. He was
Well,
good in that Netflix movie where he's like a vampire or something, or I don't remember what that was. That was kind of fun.
I don't know. I don't remember that one.
I
But
fell in the pit.
yeah.
You
No,
fell
with Jamie
in
Foxx,
the
I worked with Jamie
pit.
Foxx on the movie Shade way
I
back in
should
the
have been a
day.
rock singer,
He
man.
was cool. I
We
enjoyed working
fell
with
in
him.
the pit.
I fell in the pit.
Uh, all
What
right.
was that? A headbutt to the mic? I don't know what the hell
All
that
right,
was.
Solo. I got to finish my kale salad. We've been yapping about the pit for an hour and a half.
Well, I fell in it.
We
But
did.
yeah,
We
let's.
fell.
Oh, I'm thinking my computer's touchscreen all of a sudden. I don't know.
Some fall in pits, some fly by
So,
night.
Heath, are you going? Oh,
Severance and wait, I'm trying to like do a wrap up of the whole podcast of what we talked about.
yeah. All right, that's good.
Severance,
I gotta
White
go
Lotus, Parks and Rec, Yellowjackets, our movies back.
with Chuck.
With Chuck, we'll find out on the pod. All right, buddy. I'm gonna do my Dylan. Did you have a good podcast today, Solar? Did you have fun?
That was a lot of fun.
But me too. That was great, buddy.
I
I'm glad we
enjoyed
did
this.
this.
I'm glad we did this. And
All right.
yeah, I'm gonna be recording with Ando, but it's not gonna be on the YouTube. It's gonna be audio format. We're
And
banking
next,
the filmless, but the filmless we're gonna do with you, which is not chronologically gonna fit into what we're recording, but it's gonna be the first filmless on the YouTube.
and
The
then
one we
after
do.
that, I want you guys to do those on
How do
YouTube.
we do? How do we do it? Don't you have the controls?
Um, I got to figure that out.
Okay.
I think that you or Andy, I could give you the password to log into YouTube through, but you have to have it on, you have to have the Zoom account. So it would have to be you.
So it would have to, but it would have to
Because I
be,
think you have
is
to
it
have
any
like the
Zoom
Zoom
account
Pro.
or your
Let's
Zoom
talk
account?
about this offline. We're going to
Okay,
figure
yes,
this out.
yes.
But thanks everyone for listening. Sometimes I forget
Yeah, I
we're
know.
recording a
I
podcast.
know. I know.
All right, but that's the best ones. Thanks everybody for listening. Thanks for everyone being on the Patreon, dvrpodcast.com. Hey, subscribe here. We want to get to like 300 subscribers so we can maybe monetize this shit and start paying the bills in Star City Murders Part 2. That budget is
Yes.
going up,
Check it out.
baby. We got a
Tubi, Amazon Prime, Star City Murders,
$3.3
baby.
million budget for Part 2 Solo.
Okay,
That's what we're shooting for.
and we have like $10 right now, so
All
we
right.
gotta get going.
Grandpa James, up that Patreon, baby.